All right, hey guys. So I'm at a park here, which is just up the street from my office. And I come here a lot after work, on my lunch break sometimes, just to take a little nature walk, enjoy myself in the outdoors a little bit. And it's a really cool spot. There's some really neat snakes that live here. And as you can see, there's a creek. And I've always wanted to fish this, but I never have. So I brought my ugly stick with me today. And I've got one worm, and I got some little artificial lures and stuff like that. But I'm gonna just walk this creek and see what's in here. I have no idea what kind of fish live in here. Not even sure if I'll catch anything, but I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna look for snakes while I'm at it. So I've always really liked the look of this pool down here. So I got a little piece of worm on here. Little piece of worm and a little split shot for weight. So let's see. Well, I screwed that up royally. Second cast, snagged up down there. And that water is crystal clear, and I just made a big commotion, so there's no way that I'm gonna be getting any more bites out of that pool. I cannot believe it. That's really annoying. So I gotta break the line. Let me tie something on here. All right, probably just as likely to get this thing snagged up as anything else, but let's move down a little bit. Okay, those look like largemouth bass, I think. So that right there is a little broad-banded water snake. Pretty little guys, ain't they? Look at that belly pattern. Isn't that cool? Really pretty colors on them too. So people will mistake these for cottonmouths, but they just don't have a trained eye. So this is a youngster, maybe a year old or so. They get a lot bigger than this. So broad-banded water snake. There you go. So I'm not at all used to such clear water. It's really cool. You can see the fish and just try sight casting to them. But of course they can see me too. So there's a spotted gar out there. There's some bluegills and some largemouth bass swimming around here. It's really cool. I'm not sure I'll be able to catch any of them, but even just seeing them here is really fun. May have to try to find some more worms. All right, well, let's move downstream a little more. There's bound to be more snakes around here too. This is just too good with all these concrete blocks here. Perfect for snakes. There's that gar. See him out there? Right out there. Alright, there's several gar over there. They look like spotted gar. So I'm gonna put a little bit bigger and brighter of a jig on and sight cast over those guys. They're tricky, but you never know. Okay, so I'm gonna try this thing. I don't even know what it's called, but I love this thing. It's like a little rooster tail with a tiny little spoon on it. Well, I had a couple of really perfect casts there where I pulled this lure right in front of those gar's face and they showed no interest whatsoever. So maybe we'll just do some wildlife photography today. It's really rare that I get to actually, you know, have really clear water and get to like photograph and record the fish swimming around. So, you know, maybe I'll just do a video of the critters here instead of me catching them. Check out those awesome gar. They are really, really pretty fish. I'd love to catch one, but they don't seem to be interested. Oh man, look at this. A little baby red-eared slider. That is so stinking cute. I love baby turtles. The grown-ups are an absolute scourge when I'm fishing, stealing my bait. But look how cute this little guy is. Aw. That's really neat. Okay, little buddy. Got a nice little spot here for yourself, don't you? Back in you go. Alright, we're coming up on a little bit deeper stretch here. And with all those rocks making for structure, it looks like a really good spot maybe for bass or gar or God knows whatever else is in this place. So let me just try a quick cast or two. There's a little bass out there and I pulled it right in front of his face and he grabbed it but spit it out, so I wasn't able to hook him. But it's really, really cool to be able to see these fish in the water and just sight cast them and watch them hit the bait. So I may switch it up to some worms. This lure doesn't seem to be getting a lot of interest here. I noticed there's just tons and tons of small bait fish in the water, so these predatory fish are probably really well fed. Oh, something just hit my lure. I think it actually might have been a big bluegill. But this creek is just so cool. Look at these tree roots over here, how awesome that is. The sad part is all the plastic garbage all over the place. I mean, imagine how awesome this must have been, you know, before people ruined it. Man, this place is so cool. There's a big spotted gar just chilling in like 6 inches of water right over there by the roots. I casted my lure in front of him, but he wasn't interested at all. But I've got bass and bluegills following it. They're just not hitting it. So I think I'm gonna switch over, put a little hook on with my last little piece of worm, and I bet I'll be able to get something that way. But I'm gonna mosey on a little bit farther down. Well, I was gonna give up on trying to catch fish, and I was just gonna try to film fish in the water, but then I came up on this pool, and there's a lot of snags, but it's too good to resist. So I just found the mother of all worms. I'm gonna try my lure first. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna put this monster worm on, and if that won't catch me a fish here, then nothing will. There ought to be a proper bass or two in this pool, I would think. I'm gonna try a classic setup here. I'm gonna put a worm on a hook with a little bobber. The size of this worm. Let's see if this will do. Fish. It's funny, I was barely getting anything with the lure. As soon as I put a worm on there, just like non-stop. So bluegill, all right, that's something. Take them. Get him back in the water. Well, I'm getting tons of little bites with the worm and the bobber. I think it's just bluegills, but I have a feeling that if I took the float off and I just put a little piece of worm on and cast and reeled, I'd probably get a bass, maybe even a gar. Or if I cut up one of those bluegills and use that, I could probably get one of those gar. But I'm not sure I have the energy for that today. I'm just enjoying walking around, looking at all the critters here. So I think I may hang up the rod, and we'll see. If I come up to a really good spot and there's some bass or some gar, maybe I'll try again with the worm, but let's see if we can find some more snakes. Little ribbon snake. Aha. Well, I was looking for snakes, but I found this awesome little guy here. This is a box turtle. I love these things. Hey, buddy. Alright guys, let me show you one of my very, very favorite snakes here. I just saw him crawl under the leaf litter here. There he is. This is an eastern hognose snake. And it's just a little juvenile. But these are really, really cool snakes. They get their name because they have an upturned snout. I don't know if you can see that. And they're totally harmless. They eat mostly toads and frogs. And they're really common at this little park here. So it's really cool. I love coming to see these guys. So there you have it, eastern hognose snake. get a load of this. This is another eastern hognose snake. And you know, each one of these looks different. No two look exactly alike. But this is an absolutely smoking gorgeous one. So you can see they flatten their neck out like a cobra. That's just a defense display, but they're harmless. So to get one that is really orange, red colored like this is really remarkable. This is just an absolutely beautiful one. So look at that defense display there. He's got his neck all flattened out, looking like a cobra, trying to be scary. Tell me, can you spot the snake? If you look right there, curled up in the brush, there's another eastern hognose snake. Just absolutely beautiful. Orange colors, just chilling right there, getting some sun. How awesome is that? I don't want to disturb him, so I'm gonna just leave him right there. Holy smokes, is this a different one now? This will be the fourth one. And I'm seeing just some spectacularly colored ones. Normally they're just sort of like browns and greens, so to see this many red orange ones is really cool. I just love these snakes. Okay guys, well, I don't think this really qualifies as a fishing video. I think I just managed to get one bluegill, that was all. But it was really cool to see some of these fish in this clear water up close. I doubt my videos are gonna do them any justice, but you know, the bass and the gar, it was just really neat to see them. You know, normally the places that I fish, the water is just so murky. You can't see anything down there. So that was really cool. And for me today, it was the snakes that really stole the show. I know a lot of people hate snakes. They don't get a lot of love, especially here in Texas. But you have to admit, those hognose snakes were really cool looking. So that was a lot of fun. And it's just a beautiful day out here. So hope everyone's doing well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.